Have you ever felt like you're standing behind a glass wall, watching the world live without you? Not physically alone, but deeply, profoundly unwitnessed in your own life? That's our topic today. We're dissecting the quiet, complex, internal world of people who are often defined by their lack of close connection. Many assume you must be aloof or uninterested in people, but that's a gross, simplistic misunderstanding. The truth is, for many, this solitude is a meticulously built fortress, constructed brick by brick out of past hurts. Think back. Were you the child who noticed everything? The micro-expressions? The shifts in energy others missed? This hyper-awareness, this deep observation, is a double-edged sword that eventually makes connection feel dangerous. You notice the half-truth in a smile, the momentary lapse in attention, and your system flags it as a threat. Psychologically, the brain begins to associate vulnerability with impending rejection, betrayal, or pain. This is where the internal retreat starts. You stop reaching out, stop initiating, stop allowing yourself to hope. And the narrative you tell yourself changes. I prefer solitude. I don't need anyone. Or, I'm just too much to handle. But solitude, after enough time, stops being a peaceful haven and starts transforming into a haunting, empty chamber. The most profound pain isn't the missing of people, it's the sense of being an unreflected entity, a ghost. You feel unreal because friendship is a mirror. It reflects back the parts of you that you cannot see alone. Without this reflection, growth is harder to measure, and self-doubt echoes louder in your confined space. Let's talk psychology. The brain interprets the lack of social bonds as the same regions associated with physical pain. Loneliness doesn't just hurt emotionally, it physically changes your sleep, your heart rate, and your vigilance levels. This survival instinct, honed over millennia and tribes, now makes you scan for threats where none exist. You become hypervigilant, overanalyzing every single text message, every social media silence, every quick glance. This leads to the cruel trap. Your caution is sensed as distance by others, and they pull back, confirming your fear. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, where the mechanism you created for protection becomes the source of continued isolation. Another concept is learned helplessness. You stop trying because the associated pain of failure is too predictable. Even when kind, open people appear, your internal wall stays up, reinforced by years of silent suffering. Loneliness whispers things to you. You're too much. You're not interesting enough. People have better things to do. And tragically, you start rejecting yourself before anyone else has the chance to, out of a misguided sense of protection. The way this changes perception of time is fascinating. Days blend together, weekends lose their significance. Time feels heavier, slower, because you are living inside your thoughts, not in the shared, flowing rhythm of life. But within this silence, there is a paradox. The very people who lack connection often possess incredible emotional depth. They observe quietly, they analyze human behavior from the outside, understanding things others in the crowd overlook. They crave depth, and surface-level interactions rarely satisfy, making them even more likely to retreat. They build walls with windows, wanting connection, but only on terms of safety, consistency, and profound understanding. This is the core conflict. The desire for deep intimacy clashes with the terror of emotional exposure. Vulnerability feels like walking barefoot through a field of broken glass when you've been wounded before. So, they avoid it, confirming the isolation, because they are simply tired of being the only one who tries. But here is the crucial moment of transition. Healing isn't about finding people, it's about remembering yourself. It's about grieving the old versions of yourself who settled for less, who accepted crumbs and called it care. The one who silenced their truth just to keep someone near. When you heal those versions, you shift your energy. You start to attract from wholeness, not from hunger. And that fundamental change shifts everything around you. Understand this, being alone doesn't mean you're broken. it means you've been waiting for alignment. Waiting for people who don't just fill the silence, but bring a deep, genuine peace into that silence. Solitude, when approached consciously, becomes a teacher, revealing what kind of company your soul truly craves. It forces you to build an inner life so strong that when the right people appear, you meet them with presence, not fear. The years you spent wondering what was wrong with you will suddenly, profoundly make sense. You'll realize that solitude was never punishment. It was the essential, difficult preparation for real connection. You'll stop craving the crowd and start cherishing the rare. You'll stop chasing attention and start recognizing energy. Friendship isn't about quantity, it's about recognition. It's when two people silently think, "You too? I thought I was the only one." The truest friendship is built not from constant conversation, but from quiet, mutual understanding and gentleness. It's about finding honest people, the ones who can sit with your silence and see the beauty in your complexity. Those are the people worth waiting for. And until they come, walk gently with yourself. Speak kindly. Even if no one is standing beside you right now, you are still worthy of being known. You are still worthy of friendship. You are still part of humanity's invisible thread, connected always, even in your quietest moments. And maybe one day, you'll meet someone else who once had no friends. You'll see the same stillness in their eyes. You'll smile, they'll smile back, and just like that, two lonely worlds will find their bridge again. Because loneliness isn't the end of your story. It's simply the place where your next chapter begins. Now, let's delve into the specific coping mechanisms developed in prolonged isolation, what we call the architect's toolkit. The first tool is radical self-sufficiency. You learn to manage every emotion, every task, without external support. This creates incredible competence, but also a terror of relying on anyone else, because relying means risking failure. The second tool is performance mode. You build a persona designed to survive, a version the world can accept easily. This persona is often hollow, a disconnect that makes you feel like you are perpetually watching your own life from the outside. The third tool, emotional numbing. To cope with the pain of unmet connection, the brain dampens the whole emotional spectrum. This isn't by choice, but necessity. Your empathy muscle weakens because you stop practicing emotional exchange. The challenge in healing is deconstructing this toolkit, allowing yourself to be incompetent, to be vulnerable, to feel again. It starts with micro acts of courage. Smiling back, answering messages without overthinking, saying yes when you are scared. It's not about forcing social confidence overnight. It's about allowing life to touch you again, one interaction at a time. The people who truly resonate with you won't require a performance. They will meet you exactly where you are. They will see the quiet in you not as absence, but as a reservoir of depth, a rich internal landscape. And for those who are watching, living in that silent fortress right now, know this about your own potential. The years you spent alone, reflecting, questioning, and growing have given you self-awareness others might never reach. That depth, though born from solitude, becomes the very thing that draws the right kind of people later on. They see not just who you are, but who you've become because of everything you endured alone. Healing long-term isolation requires time and requires truth. You can't rush it. You can't fake it. It's about falling apart and learning that the pieces can be put back together in a stronger, more authentic shape. The more you let go of the need for control, the more you allow the unpredictable messiness of connection to happen. We must address the social self-concept, how you see yourself through the imagined, critical eyes of others. Years of being ignored or excluded distort this inner mirror. You assume everyone will see you the same way. When someone looks at you with kindness, you doubt it. You think they're being polite. You question their sincerity. This is the cruelest trick of loneliness. It separates you not just from others, but from your own ability to belong. But the human mind can learn connection again. Social trust can rebuild itself, slowly, like erosion in stone. It starts with allowing yourself to be seen in imperfection, allowing for the awkward pauses and the misspoken words. You don't need to be impressive. You need to be honest. That's the true currency of lasting friendship. The silent people, those who observe everything, are often the ones who notice when someone else is left out. They check in on others quietly because they intimately understand how it feels to be unnoticed in a room full of people. This is their strength. Beneath the pain lies an extraordinary depth of empathy, born from shared experience. And this leads to the ultimate paradox. Those who have known the deepest loneliness often become the kindest friends. If only someone would take the time to see them first, past the armor, past the carefully constructed solitude. The final step is to break the loop of avoidance. Avoidance is safety, and safety is loneliness. You can't form bonds without emotional exposure, and that exposure, though terrifying, is the ticket out. The most important voice is your own. Stop dimming your light just to avoid being noticed by the wrong people. You can't attract the right ones if you're perpetually hiding the true voltage of your being. What you have endured has forged you into someone rare. Do not mistake your difference for deficiency. Your difference is your power. Wear it with quiet confidence, not as armor, but as your authentic nature. Let's spend these last minutes focusing on practical, actionable steps to rebuild the social self-concept. First, the 10-second rule. When an opportunity to connect appears, act on it within 10 seconds before overthinking begins. Second, lower the stakes. Don't seek your soulmate in every conversation. Aim only for one shared, honest moment. Third, practice imperfect presence. Show up, even if you feel awkward. Presence triumphs over perfected performance. Fourth, emotional glimpsing. Share a tiny, low-risk piece of your authentic inner world, like a momentary flash of light. Acknowledge the fear, but do the action anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. Remember, the people who connect with you will feel the depth in your silence. They will value the wisdom solitude built. You are not alone in having been alone. Many of the greatest thinkers and creators mastered the landscape of solitude. They built an inner kingdom that was rich and strong. Now, it is time to build a bridge from that kingdom to the world. Stop waiting to be found. Start the process of finding your own voice and trusting its immense worth. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single, authentic step, even if that step is shaky and small. And one day, you will look back and you will thank the silence, because it taught you to hear the quiet truths. The truth that you are whole, that you are worthy, and that connection is your birthright, not a reward to be earned. Remember this final image. Loneliness is a psychological winter, but winter always gives way to spring. The change doesn't happen in one sudden thaw, but in the gradual, persistent warmth of self-compassion. You deserve friendships that feel like breathing, not performing. Friendships that feel like home. And when they arrive, they will be deeper, wiser, and more grounded because of the time you spent building yourself. So, keep walking, keep observing, and most importantly, keep opening the smallest window to the world. Do not let the fear of what was eclipse the potential of what can be. Your story is still unfolding. We hope this analysis brought a measure of quiet recognition to your own journey. Thank you for taking the time to delve into the depths of this important psychological landscape with us. If any part of this resonated, consider sharing it, for you are not alone, and neither is the person who needs to hear this. We wish you peace on your path and the courage to meet the beautiful, messy vulnerability of true connection.